In the headlines of this edition, Cần Thơ City People's Committee has just enacted the decision number 550 QD UBND that approves the project of restructuring industrial production of Cần Thơ City in a modern orientation. The Music Union and Cần Thơ City's Vietnamese Musicians Sub-Union have just organized the gathering with members and outlined operational plan in 2021. Localities in Cần Thơ City organized the launch for people's participation in physical training in 2021 in celebration of the Vietnam Sports Day and the 75th anniversary of alcohol's calling people to do physical training. Hello, and it's good to have you back here in this edition of Continuous and Top News today. Cần Thơ City People's Committee has just enacted the decision number 550 QD UBND that approves the project of restructuring industrial production of Cần Thơ City in a modern orientation. Under the project, Cần Thơ strives to become the big industrial hub of the nation and is placed at the regional level on processing industry, preservation of marine products and seafood that have big impacts on industrial development in the whole Mekong region. Also under the project, to 2030, Cần Thơ strives to highly professionalize some groups of sectors and modern industrial products in conformity with stable and sustainable development of Mekong region. Groups of industrial sectors that are prioritized for development include food and foodstuff processing, agricultural product processing, production of chemicals and chemical products, high-tech industrial sectors, fabrication, mechanics, new materials in tandem with climate response, new energy sector, and recycled energy. So as to complete set targets, 6 groups of solutions are defined in the project. They are establishing investment and administrative reform, construction of investment incentives, financial and credit support for industrial businesses, support policies for businesses, and developing industrial services, scientific and technological development policy, human resource development policy, and environmental protection. The Music Union and Cần Thơ City's Vietnamese Musicians Sub-Union have just organized the gathering with members and outlined operational plan in 2021. Associate Professor Dr. Đỗ Hồng Quân, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Literature Arts Union, Come Chairman of Vietnam Musicians Union, Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Come Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Trần Việt Trường, along with musicians and representatives of Vietnamese Musicians Unions of Tây Ninh, Hậu Giang, and Cà Mau branches were in attendance. In 2020 and in early this year, in spite of COVID-19 epidemic, Cần Thơ City's Music Union and the city's Musicians Sub-Union tried to maintain their operations of compiling and performing. Notably, the two units combined to successfully organize the arts program named Cần Thơ Heads Towards the Central Region, called Support for Flood and Flash Flood Hit People, apart from fact-finding trips and professional training courses, while publicizing the collection named Cần Thơ 45 Flower Seasons. At the gathering, Vietnamese Musicians Union handed the merit certificate to the Vietnamese Musicians Unions of Cần Thơ City, Tây Ninh, Hậu Giang, and Cà Mau. More members were also admitted to Cần Thơ City's union on this occasion. Practically recording attendance to celebrate the success of the 13th National Party Congress and the 90th founding anniversary of Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, March 26, 1931, March 26, 2021. In the morning of March 21st, the Permanent Board of the People Authority Party Office Block of Cần Thơ City organized the activities of returning to revolutionary bases, exchanges and talks on tradition at historical sites of Cần Thơ City. These activities are parts of a series of the Youth Union Journey of Historical Relics. At Alcohol Stadium in Ninh Kiều Ký, 40 delegates representing 3,513 members of the Youth Union of the bloc came to pay incense tribute to commemorate and report achievements gained by the Youth Union of the bloc to alcohol in the past time. These achievements contribute to beautifying flowers of Cần Thơ City and the country as a whole on the 90-year leg of training and growing of the Youth Union. Then the delegation came to lead incense at patriotic poet Bùi Hữu Nghia's grave and attended the talk with Colonel Võ Tấn Dũng, former Commander-in-Chief of Cần Thơ City's military command. The talk centered upon the 6-day and night battle at Vườn Mận on the Plum Garden in Long Tường Road, Bình Thủy district. In other news, in celebration of the Vietnam Sports Day and the 75th anniversary of alcohol's calling people to do physical training, March 27th, 1946, March 27th, 2021, in the morning of March 21st, localities in Cần Thơ City organized the launch for people's participation in physical training in 2021. At the launch, apart from recalling the traditional day of Vietnam sports, local leaders called classes of people to participate in doing physical training and actively respond to the campaign named People's Participation in Doing Physical Training as alcohol's example. After the ceremony, more than 2,000 public and civil servants, laborers, students, and local people walked from Go Up Match to Lê Thị Tạo Park in Thốt Nốt Road at the length of more than 1,000 meters. In the same time, night works in the district also organized the Olympic Jogging Day for People's Health, which attracted the participation of around 10% of local population. The event aimed to boost the development of local sports movement.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the reverse program, we talk about the efforts to maintain operations of travel agents in Cần Thơ City in the difficult phase of the COVID-19 pandemic. Although they have been managing to get by, most units need support from authorities.
According to Cần Thơ Tourism Development Center, there are 65 travel agents in the city area, including 25 international travel agents and 40 domestic ones. Previously, tour operations were very dynamic and contributed greatly to the development of the city. Since the COVID-19 pandemic happened in several countries in the world and some local cities and provinces, tourism suffered from great losses. Most travel agents have been struggling to stay in business. Others are temporarily suspended even.
The travel agents are struggling to operate, mostly in terms of operation costs and payment for staff. They are trying their best to stay in business, keep their brands alive for the revival after the stimulus programs. Travel agents are currently focusing on family tours and single tours instead of larger ones. Therefore, their internal organization should be curtailed to limit operational expenses. The tourism companies can ask for support from authorities in delayed tax payments and loans program for reinvestment after the pandemic has been contained.
Mentioning the situation, Deputy Director of Cần Thơ Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism informed that in the past time, the city has organized delegations to grasp situation, offer encouragement and share the difficulties that travel agents have been encountering, thereby proposing to the Vietnam National Tourism Administration the resolve of issues in the conduct of civil contracts between travel agents and airlines, as well as delayed tax collection to relieve the units from burdens.
The travel agents in Cần Thơ City are currently met with great difficulties relating to finance, with deposits made to the airlines or guests cancelling their tours due to COVID-19. The department has worked with the Tourism Association to come up with supportive policies. Travel companies and airlines must communicate to work out solutions to revive tourism together in the future.
Previously, city's authorities have coordinated with concerned units to sponsor part of the electricity bills of lodging facilities in the area. Despite the remaining difficulties and challenges, most travel agents are hopeful about the positive signals of recovery. The units have built stimulus plans and are ready for tourism promotion activities done together with Hanoi Capital and Central Region in time to come.
Now, as usual, before moving to the close, let's take a quick look at the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast just wrapped up this edition of Continuous. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please visit our website, kanthtv.vn. And now thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.